Born and raised in South Detroit, 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 born and raised in South Detroit. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. From the dot, born and raised, even as an infant, never phased. Now here I am, a young grown man, with his sights afar, world in his hand. As I move on to a new beginning, struck out before, but there's another inning. I looked to take my words of wisdom, all locked in a block like a prism. Down rivers where I reside, my experience I want to provide. Growing up in the dirty, in a neighborhood that's sturdy. Provide lyrics very wordy, be a man very flirty. That made me who I am. Things I learned growing up is no scam. For the years possessed by a Detroit vibe, so I'm reppin' Detroit till I die. Born and raised in South Detroit, 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 born and raised in South Detroit. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Born in the dot with Detroit blood, swagger so classy, never a thug. As a shorty trying to fall in love, my confidence flies high like a dove. Even when rejected, never discouraged. My ambition is always what flourish. We've all went through our hard times, but it's our endurance that defines the fact that we shall prevail. Though at times we have failed, but like Jordan said, got to accept it before you learn how to perfect it. So I take whatever comes at me and prepare for it like a fast-paced beat. At first I don't succeed, I try again. Not to walk, but born to fly again. No need to stop keeping my eyes on the prize. I want to make the others that doubted me surprised. I've said it before, I have my sights on, son. Practice makes perfect, no Allen Iverson. Born and raised in South Detroit, 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 born and raised in South Detroit. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. True to the D, growing up a Pistons fan, when Ben Wallace was known as Big Ben, without a doubt, always repping my city. Changing my nickname time to time like Diddy, but never changing who I represented. Any bandwagoning has always been prevented. Love the Pistons, Tigers, Lions, and Red Wings. Anytime you see me, all blue, everything. That's how I've always been. Rep your town, even though a lot of bullshit goes down. To me, Detroit, downriver, it's all the same. Outspoken individuals like us can't be tamed. Feel the energy, you can feel the spirit. The noise from the crowd, you can still hear it. Even Biggie gave shoutouts to his Detroit players. So even when we fall, it's still in our favor. So when Journey sang about it, I could relate. To be the one to keep believing was fate. We fallen, but now are once rising again. Anything is possible, no need to pretend. Born and raised in South Detroit, 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 born and raised in South Detroit. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Yes, sir. The D. Detroit. Detroit till I die. Yeah, buddy. Pistons, all blue everything. We out. One love, Matty Fresh. Peace.